Hey, remember last year when Denver didn't have a QB because everybody hit COVID and that wide receiver played? Let's try and gamble with that man over
Kendall Hinton.
Yep.
Yes. Kendall Hinton.
Yeah,
I'd settle for that.
Call up Kendall, man.
Dude, we could have got like Tyrod. I think I'm cool with Tyrod Taylor.
All right, I forgot about him. Andy or Tyrod. That's
Yeah,
a good
bro.
one.
Tyrod Taylor.
He scored, so bro.
Forgot about Tyrod.
Yeah, Andy's a no-go for me, man.
All right, here we go. Tyrod or Jameis?
Jameis.
Jameis is a little tier slightly higher than Tyrod, probably. Yeah.
He's younger, and I mean he's had bigger pitfalls with all those interceptions, but like he's had higher highs as well. So, and he's, like I said, younger.
Facts.
All right, now the big question: Wilson or Watson?
Watson.
D-Watt. He's faster,
Watson.
younger, more
bites
athletic.
at the apple. Yeah, younger.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, is this with rape charges or without? So that is a asterisk. I'm not trying to make fun of it. It is an asterisk though, and I think. I'm not saying this is out there for like some people put this, but what if this is an advanced chess move by the Deshaun Watson? You have a not a priest, what is it? A pastor, coach, head coach, or whatever he is. You know what I'm saying? You got people that want upstanding. Hey, what about a little tarnish of my relationship? Will that get me out the building? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just
No criminal charges, just civil, but like that would be some 4D chess. Yeah, for sure.
2021. You gotta have the vision, bro. You gotta have the vision. All right. Let's get into it. Welcome back. All right, I gotta adjust my camera. There we go. Welcome back to Sports Beer Sports. Woo! That is the Beer Sports podcast. Yes, that is different. It is new. We are new. We are no longer the Squad Chicago. Let me bring it into Saprika view here. We're no longer the Squad Chicago. We are now Sports Beer Sports. And you may ask why. It's simply, well, let me say this. If you ask why, you're actually a casual. You're not actually a real fan of ours, just to be very, very honest. Because if you were a real fan of ours, you would know that from the very, very beginning, this podcast was called Sports Beer Sports. So really, in all actuality, we're just going back to originally what we were. So that's pretty much the explanation for that.
Well, my response would have been, don't worry about it, but if you know,
also, you know. It's sports BS on top of that. And on top of the BS.
Yes.
Acronyms.
Do you have a new massage chair in the back, or is that?
I know, that's what I was looking at too.
I know, right? Like, yo, did you invest in a massage chair?
Yeah, bro.
I got it.
PS5.
This chair right here. This chair is not a massage chair.
Right there, bro.
It is. This chair was actually gifted. This chair was actually gifted to me for Christmas by Truth. Thank you, Truth. It's a gaming
Let's go,
chair.
bro. Wow. Let's go.
It is very
it's
comfortable.
beautiful.
But I wish it was a massage chair. He didn't spin bands like that. That would have been fire. That would have been.
The stimmy didn't hit yet, so I was kind of stuck. It was the struggle. I'm like, I got you a gift for your birthday, right, bro? Like, you should be decent.
But man, I'm loving the stimmy. I'm not even gonna lie. That stimmy was professional. Thank you, Joe. That stimmy was awesome. All right, back to
Still missing mine though.
What'd you say?
I'm still missing mine.
Oh,
Damn, Big Bro Joe is not looking out for you right now.
I thought he said he liked Mexicans. All right, back to it.
No.
I'm kidding. All right, back to it. We are all here today, and as you can see, there's a new face here smiling down below. We'll get down to them just in a quick second. Real quick, let me intro everybody in. Of course, you got me, Scott Professor, aka Professor, on the ones and twos, ready just to get this pod through to the end. And then we got my brother, a little bro over here, Truth, Terrence, aka Truth. What's going on, my man? How you doing? You're on mute. You're on mute. Come on, man. We've been podding for almost a year. You got to be better than this. You're on mute. Get yourself off mute. Come on now. Come on now.
That's how I'm doing right now, bro. No, I'm good.
Truth.
Same
I
old,
gotta
same
ask you.
old.
I gotta ask you. So I honestly believe that Paul Pierce watches our podcast because I followed him about a year ago. And before he had like on his Twitter bio, he had all this stuff like LeBron's son, crap in my pants and all this, all this type of stuff. Describing his greatest achievements. And then now I looked and he changed it. And his bio is the one and only truth. And when you think about it, there can only be one truth. What do you really have to say about that? Truth.
It's my name. What you mean? If there's a one and only, I'm claiming it. So I'm pretty sure I told you this before. I did that before. What's his name? Paul Pierce.
You said what's his name to Paul Pierce? That's crazy. All right, moving on. We got my man DGB, the bamboozler himself. What's going on, my man? What's going on?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, speaking of bamboozling, anyone wanted to do some trades? That one offered to me today.
My man is going to meet you in a dark alley for some fantasy trees already, man.
Yeah, it's like open up the jacket and just, first round pick with someone else, just mix and match what you like. But no, man, excited we're getting together for sure. And then, just some good sports things happening amongst the bad that we experience as local Chicago Bears fans.
Yeah, man, we'll get to that in just a quick second. Let's keep up the spirits. Porky. Now, I know this whole week it's been horrible for Bears fans, but I'm sure you, I don't even know what the word is for the type of character. Realist? I don't even know if you're a realist. But this whole news, all of this Andy Dalton, the Bears tanking, possibly all of this probably got you like just super hyped. You're applauding all of this because you're probably saying, man, this is just gonna get Matt Nagy and Pace out the door quicker, right? Am I right there? How's your feels this week as a Bears fan?
I would, for the record, I would like to say Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace, you guys, you're gonna be fired. You know it. You tried to trade 3 first-round picks, a second-round, Akeem Hicks, and Khalil Mack, and you still couldn't land a trade. And you just said, screw you, whoever's going to take over the team after us. We don't care about you. We're going to get you a quarterback and deplete the team. So screw you all, but at least we got you a quarterback that's already, 30 years old, 31? I mean, I like him, but, man, you're going to sell everything.
This is the start of the podcast. I haven't even finished the intro, Porky. Let us finish, Porky.
Sorry, man.
Jeez, Porky, relax, man.
Give him a little nip slip. Don't show him the whole thing.
Smell the bacon grease already coming, bro.
Bring it back. It's cooking. He's in full cook right now. 450.
Full cook. All right, and then we got our newbie to the show. Let's put the spotlight on him on the quicks. We got our newbie to the show. Welcome. Listen, we're called Sports Beer Sports. We already got the sports and we got a couple self-acclaimed beer experts, but we went out and expanded the squad here and got an actual beer expert. Everybody welcome. Give him a hand. Silmar, the beer guy 2.0. Let's go. Silmar. Oh, man, Silmar. Internet Silmar.
Thank you, guys.
Silmar. Internet Silmar. You can't have your debut, Silmar, and have internet issues, Silmar. Beer guy 2.0.
Hold up,
good, bro.
The beer guy 2.0 is currently plastered.
I was gonna say at least like the frozen picture looked decent enough. It wasn't just some random.
He's there. Hold on. He's back.
Hello?
He's back.
Wait a minute. He had to get some logos. Hold up.
Yeah. Increase Wi-Fi
back.
strength.
I'm back. My bad.
Let's go.
Yeah,
all right.
Hello.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Are you there? I'm fucking with you. Go ahead and talk.
Yo, I thought I was fucking frozen. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that's how Wi-Fi worked.
Hello?
All right, Silmar, go ahead, Silmar. Welcome, Silmar.
This This episode of Sports Beer Sports is brought to you by AOL Dial-Up.
All right, so
Wait, what is that? I'm a millennial, bro. Stop.
Guys, let's get through this intro so we can actually talk sports. All right,
well, let's
Kumar,
go.
welcome, my man. I'm sorry. We have to cut the intro.
Thank you.
Let's go. Let's see. I'm supposed to ask you a question. How does it feel to now be on a podcast about sports and beer?
And sports.
It actually feels good. Actually, since I started the whole Instagram with the beer guy, I kind of wanted to, start my own kind of rating podcast for beer and stuff. So, this is actually really good, trying to introduce me into podcasting. And so, yeah, I'm digging it, man. Thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
Awesome. This is awesome. That is awesome to hear. That is awesome to hear. We're awesome. We're glad to go ahead and get some other entrepreneurs in here that's looking to just expand. And we'll get into the beer part later, but there's a lot of sports. So let's cover the sports before we get drunk. Sports. There's a lot of stuff. I want to talk about my Chicago Bulls because some stuff is happening there, but there's just been so much crap happening on the Chicago Bears side that we just have to address it. We already talked about it in the beginning. Andy Dalton is our new QB1. Andy Dalton's our new QB1. And this was stated in the press conference that he had earlier today. Now, if you're with us, if you're watching this might be coming out Saturday morning. So there's a full day of Friday that's not going to be talked about in this video, which might be everything. Like they might just completely blow up the team on Friday and just the Chicago Bears might not even exist by the time we get here on Saturday. So if that happens, I'm sorry. But right now, all we can do is just react to the bullshit. Excuse my language. The unpleasant signing of Andy Dalton earlier this week. And nothing explaining why we're in this current situation that we're in. There was nothing that made me as a Bears fan reassured me that, hey, we're trying to win and we're going to try to get to the playoffs. There's nothing as a fan that's happened so far. And listen, they might make a splash in free agency, but that's not the Bears. Let's just be honest. It's just not who they are. Thoughts. Do we give up here? Like, do we just say let's take the 2021 season off and maybe come back in a couple years, maybe see who they draft and keep an eye on them? What do we do here?
See, and here's the thing, right? I'm Nagy. It's not that I don't think Nagy and Pace need to get fired necessarily. I don't. When you look at some people, I think. When you look at some picks, like look at Leonard Floyd, right? He got out of here and he got paid, right? And Montgomery was looking like he might be decent. So when you look at some of the players, and I severely discount the start of Pace's career here because John Fox just dragged it to the ground and nobody wanted to come here, right? So who are you going to want to bring? I understand for them to make such an aggressive pursuit for Russell Wilson, it was surprising to me. And on top of that, they met with Galladay as well, too. And for Galladay wanting to come here, too, was a major thing. And I'm like, all right, they're trying to make strides to do something. But I don't necessarily say I hate them. But I just
as Bears fan, like as a fan of the Chicago Bears, like I don't even know if I want I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth, but I don't want to watch these games next year based on what I'm seeing. You got Eddie Jackson on Twitter, like just pissed as well too. Like what's going on? You know what I mean? Like people are like, I'm sure the players that are on this team are watching these moves and just asking themselves like, why am I even here? So you're looking at like the third biggest market in the country and our team sucks. Other Bears fans, I don't want to ask the Packers fans the truth. Do not chime in yet because I don't need to hear your hate.
That's why I've been quiet, bro. I haven't said a word. Do your thing. I'm chilling.
Other Bears fans, Porky, we heard your take. You heard my take. I'm disappointed. I don't know if I'm going to be a Bears fan. I don't know if I'm taking my couple seasons off. I don't really know. And we have a podcast that circles around Chicago sports, so it kind of sucks. But other Bears fans on the spot, what you guys think?
Well, I would just say sometimes, the big swings, if they don't land, just recognize where you're at, and where the Bears are at is very mediocre. Like, obviously there is a lot of holes to fill, and it's like kind of what you were saying. Andy Dalton, right? He's not a bad dude. He's not a bad quarterback either, right? But it's like he's not the guy who's going to push this team over the top.
Right.
Because like for this team to be a Super Bowl contender, they need one of the elite quarterbacks to cover some of the other holes that the team has.
Mhm.
A guy like Andy Dalton just can't do that. He can do some things for you and do some things nicely, but like overall, the team isn't in a place to make you confident in their ability to make the postseason and do anything or make any noise in the postseason, right? And that's all what we all want, right, from a team you're rooting for is a chance, an actual chance. And it's like it just ain't gonna happen. So signing Andy Dalton when you have Nick Foles already, right, which is again just a guy, right? It's like really how much of an impact are you really making to spend that $10 million when it does come at a cost of a guy like a Kyle Fuller or any of that. Now, to wrap all this up, sure, there could be other moves that this, kind of translates into, right? I mean, with Seattle, who knows how the relationship happens over the next couple months, and after January or June 1st, the cap hit for Seattle will go down if they get him traded after that point. So like there's like something with the cap that like it'll help them to wait. But also if the relationship gets worse, like maybe the Bears having Andy Dalton, would you say Andy Dalton's better than Nick Foles? Because maybe a team would rather have Andy Dalton, right? So if you can use him as a chip to put out there as the trade piece as well, in addition to all those picks and the players, maybe that happens, right? But this is a lot of like if and maybes. So,
right. So you're
and as
holding
Bears
on
fans,
hope.
we know how this all goes. So.
Right. You got like that hope card
Yeah,
right there.
I'm. Yeah, DGB I would say is definitely the number one like Bears go hard, like die hard, like fan for sure because like this man's got some hope. And I see your vision, dude, but like I can't ride with that because think back to like this is year 6 under the Pace like franchise. Like started with Cutler, and from there, like in between, like Cutler and Trubisky, it's just been below average dudes. So you bring in Andy Dalton, like that just shows that like you're just cool with mediocrity and like your mediocrity, and like we're pretty much going back to a Jay Cutler era. If you ask like talent wise,
Jay Cutler era.
Pretty much
Don't disrespect the Jay Cutler era. What do you,
bro? I think Andy can get us to the like playoffs. Obviously, yeah, sure. Get kicked out, knocked out in the first round, just like Cutler. Like there's that one year where we could have gone further, but I don't think that's
picking in the 20s, picking in the mid-late 20s again. And I know the first round is and can be a crapshoot, but like, yo, give me a chance at like the top half of it. If we're gonna be kind of mediocre, like, what did the one game of the playoffs really do? But it's also just jaded as fuck.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like when you look at the contract, right? Like when there was some sports podcast not that long ago that did a projection of the Bears called The Squad. They're no longer together anymore, and they projected and they said, what if Fitzmagic came, and the contract that Fitzmagic got and that Dalton got is actually pretty similar. So am I mad at it? No, like, but because of the fact that they made such an aggressive pursuit at Wilson. If they did not, then I think everything is flipped, right? Like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, you didn't try to do anything, but because they went at him so aggressively, maybe they got some insight. And like you said, right, maybe Seahawks would be like, you know what, let's wait till some of this goes out, but we want Foles. We have interest in Foles for whatever reason, or if they even wanted Dalton, who knows, I don't know, but something of that nature.
Russell Wilson, the thing I was saying with the trading, right? Yeah, the Seahawks take on $39 million in dead cap if he's traded before June 1st. The number is split if it's a post June 1st trade. The numbers are split with $13 million going on the 2021 cap and then 26 counting towards 2022. So for the Seahawks, that is a huge amount of money in a year where the cap went down significantly. When you think about it. So it's like, again, is that peddling hope? Probably, but like, might have factored into it.
No, beer guy, we're gonna get you in just a quick second. But DGB brought up a great point about that June. What is it? You said June 2nd, June 1st. So
June 1st.
If So is this just a classic thing of the Bears just not making the right move at the right time? It's like they did Nick Foles last year. Like they signed him too early. Like, because if
I
they
think
could have waited, so you're saying, oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying,
I think it's the reverse, like showing them that you're interested. You know what I mean? And it's like it's out there, and yeah, they said no, and it's not like a completely shut door, but like coming June 1st, hey, maybe see what's up. Knock
I
on
like
that
that
door
theory.
again.
I like that theory. Well, obviously this is recorded, so we'll keep that theory going. But you gave me you put a smile on my face today. That was crazy. After the crazy week we just had, you put a little smile on my face.
I'm sorry for that because it's going to end in
It's
disappointment.
not gonna happen. So yeah,
If we look at history.
I'm gonna hate you in about 3 months. But all right, Silmar, your first reaction. Is we're here. All right, your guy, let it loose. The Bears sign Andy Dalton, get rid of Kyle Fuller, possibly picking up Kenny Galladay. How do you feel?
Anthony Galladay's not coming.
El beer guy,
Packers.
¿qué piensas que están con los Bears?
Cairo Santos? What are you talking about? Kickers here, or what's going on?
Hey, that is not me. I just want to say, listen, as the host here, I am not making these racist remarks. Those are the Hispanics having a Hispanic fight there, not I. So you guys
He
go
doesn't
ahead
even
and do
speak
your
Spanish.
hola thing.
I mean, he does, but he speaks more Portuguese because he's Brazilian.
Well, go ahead, Silmar. What you got, my guy?
Yeah, Galladay's not coming to the Bears. Absolutely not. He's not gonna come to the Bears.
Thank you. Yeah, he's on my fantasy team, and I don't want that either.
Andy Dalton is not that bad. I would say, with Cincinnati, he didn't have wide receivers, he only had AJ Green, and he didn't do so bad. But he's not the guy we want. It's like, I got the alert on my phone and I saw it and I was like, oh, Bears signed a quarterback, awesome. And I looked at the thing, I was like, what the fuck?
I think Chicago collectively just let out like
I swear.
What's going on here?
I swear, I was getting ready for work. I saw the thing. I was like, "Oh shit, Bears signed a quarterback." I looked at my phone. I looked at it. I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I just threw it. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I was like, I hope Andy Dalton will be the backup, and then maybe they'll sign somebody else, Russell Wilson, hopefully. And then I saw that Russell Wilson's thing ended. I was like, whatever. Now my question is, I don't know. Maybe we should have kept Mitch as the backup and traded Foles, and just kept Andy Dalton as a starting quarterback, but just keep Mitch as the backup.
I don't think anybody wants Foles. I don't think anybody wants Foles. I don't think he's tradable. I think that was a huge mistake getting him that much money last year. There was no way to fix it. I don't think there was any way to fix it. So I think Andy Dalton was their way of trying to fix it, but I just think you're just toppling mistake on top of mistake. But hey, that hope we just talked about DGB gave me. We'll see. But
and then Kyle Fuller was just a dumb move. Fuller was just dumb. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck the Bears are thinking. I could just say we got the widest quarterback right now.
So okay, so do we just not care anymore? That's what we do? We just move on because we can hold out hope. We're definitely not going to talk about him every damn week. Obviously, the only reason we're talking about him now is because all of this literally just happened this week.
Let me just tell you that
for this, I would be fine not talking about the Chicago Bears for at least another 7 to 10 years. But yeah, just
as a Bears fan, we all know we have to watch football. We need to watch football somehow, some way. Even though they lose, we're still gonna watch it. We're gonna swear at the fucking TV, but whatever. We're still gonna watch it. I mean, we're just gonna watch them lose.
Oh man, that's so disappointing. All right, so there's your wrap up. There's the most important things that's happened this week. DGB gave you guys the hope that you might be holding on to, that maybe Russell Wilson comes after June. We'll see. Doubt it.
What about this? I just found this thing because I was like, thinking about Andy Dalton, right? And like Cincinnati not having the best team necessarily, offensive line maybe not so great. But I was like, I wonder how many times Andy Dalton's been sacked, and it's 302 times in what appears to be 144 games. So I went in like at the same time I was looking at like career sacks, right, for quarterbacks taken and all that. And now he's not like in anywhere near, top 20 or any top 15, but Russell Wilson is on the list and he's also has 144 games. Russell Wilson has been sacked 394 times to Andy Dalton's 302. So he's been sacked 92 times more than Dalton. Would not have guessed that in a million fucking years.
No. That's good.
So we lucked out, right? I mean, hey,
Jeez,
Bears
bro.
fans, look at that. We got a quarterback
Wilson?
who doesn't take a sack like Russell Wilson. So
Where else are you getting this from? Statman with the stats coming in to save Nagy and Pace yet again. They see the advanced. This is
4D
analytics.
chess, bro. Nagy and Pace. That's the only explanation you can take from this is that they see things that no one else does.
No. Wilson got sacked 90 more times. I'm sorry. Don't give me that. All right. Is there any other team that has you guys' eye that's made like moves in a free agency that's been like, okay, maybe I'll just become a fan of that team?
Patriots.
Yeah,
Patriots.
That man is cheating, bro.
Patriots.
He can do that. Yeah, those teams are cheating. If you wanted to play it safe, like, oh yeah, I'm going to root for the team that's going to win the Super Bowl this year, you can go for the Patriots.
Really?
Anytime.
So the
It's Bill Belichick, bro.
Explain to me, because I'm actually sitting on the opposite side of this whole thing. Enlighten me. I don't know anything.
All right, so there's two sides of it though, because I talked to you about it before, Prof, because I'm like, yo, what if Cam Newton's just playing everybody, and he's actually trash, and he knows it, but he needs to buy another year to get another bag. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to get that bag from the Patriots no matter what. But like, dude, I invested in that guy last year, but he had half of a season like to learn a whole like scheme that's set in place. Like you go to the Patriots, they're like, you're not bringing your own flavor into the bag. Like you're not about to do whatever you want. Belichick's not about that. They're setting set stone in motion, and like Cam was trying to bring his own stuff, and like he couldn't do it. He's got a full off season now to learn the playbook and all this, and he's got hitters, bro. He's got Jonnu Smith. He's got Hunter Henry, Nelson Aguilar. Who's the other receiver? Bourne. It's just Bourne. Yeah.
Hitter.
Those guys,
Hitter,
like, they're just, they're hitters, bro. And like, honestly, all you gotta do is just get the ball out of your hands. Like, they can do the rest for you. But like, the Cam that we know back from like in Carolina, like he had hitters kind of like that too, But they still didn't go anywhere. But you have the aspect of like having Bill Belichick at your side, and you actually know the scheme of the Patriots, like that's a good thing for you, man. You can win a Super Bowl like that.
The only thing I see them trying to do is just lining up in two tight end sets and just having Cam run the ball 100 yards each drive. That's the only thing I see them trying to do each.
But the other side I was saying is like, what if Cam is just trash and he can't do it? He's just playing them all like, oh.
Who else said the Patriots though? Who else said the Patriots? Did someone else say the Patriots? Did I miss that, or was that just you?
No, that was just me. But if you want to say,
I said the Patriots too.
Patriots. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is your faith in this Patriots team? Because I am looking for a new team, and I don't want to jump on the Chiefs. This was my problem last year. I didn't do it, but hey, thinking about doing.
Oh, that's not my choice of team. I was just saying if you guys want to bandwagon someone because the Bears are absolute trash, like that's your option right there. Like I said, the applications to be a Packers fan is closed at this time, so try again another year. But Patriots they're available.
All right, Porky. Why are you a Patriots fan now? What's your application?
Just pretty much. Hey, they went with a great tight end set, and Bill Belichick said, "Oh yeah, Tom Brady, you're gonna win," and I got screwed with a crappy roster. All right, here we go. I am gonna show why I am Bill Belichick, and look at what they're doing now, man. So I wouldn't be surprised on them making a couple other really decent moves. And am I going to cheer for them? Absolutely not. But, it's just like, whatever. It's something to take your mind off of the nothingness that Chicago does year over year.
All right. Bear guy, you sticking with the Chicago Bears this season or what?
No.
Woo! Okay.
I mean, we want to watch football, of course, but I I would watch football, root for the Bears and stuff. Packers are going to dominate. I was actually looking at, I was thinking maybe Arizona with AJ Green signing. Their offensive, their wide receiver is really good. They have potential now, really, really good. They lost Kenyon Drake to the Raiders, but it's all right.
Which is a good thing. That's a plus, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Drake is nothing. Don't worry. All right.
Okay. And DGB, the last one. You give it up.
I think Arizona, man. Arizona,
My bad, Big Guy. What'd you say, Somar?
I'm just saying Arizona.
Oh, Arizona.
That's
Wi-Fi, man. No Wi-Fi. There we go.
They got JJ Watt, so the defense
They
is starting
did.
to
They
come
brought
up now.
Arizona did bring back. Arizona's good. All right. DGB.
I would say, well, starting off with the champs, right? The Bucks. They brought back literally everyone that you didn't think that they could, right? Incredible. So another year in that system, like
Everyone?
pretty much. They
Even Evans?
I bring Antonio Brown is pretty much the only one.
yeah, no, he's still under contract.
Contract? Okay, all right.
Brown?
Gotcha.
Antonio,
No,
Evans.
Evans.
No, I said Antonio Brown is the only one that didn't.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But no, I'd say the Bucks because of that. But outside of that, if we're talking about fan bases that we're looking to send in our applications to, I would say for me, Washington is a cool team that I like to watch. Kind of like the Bears in a way that like they've got really good defensive like players, right? Like there's a good emphasis on defensive players. Ron Rivera as the coach, Bears ties there. But watching Chase Young, he's an exciting player. They've got like a bunch of dudes on the inside that are equally kind of impressive. And then on the offensive side, they just got Curtis Samuel and Ryan Fitzpatrick, which, just go out there and YOLO. So that's kind of would be a fun watch. Antonio Gibson, obviously, from the running back side of things. Like they've got a lot of firepower, and it'll be cool to watch. I think it's a young team. So excited for them. And then the Jets even, I want to see the Jets kind of have this rebirth because they've gotten rid of Adam Gase. Like, think about that. Like, that is a huge step. So now they've got Robert Saleh as their head coach, defensive-minded dude from the Niners. Like, and they've got Quinnen Williams, who's been pretty damn good, a young dude. And then they just got
second pick this year?
Yeah. Second pick last year or whatever, right? Was it?
No, I'm saying
this is going to be
have this year. They have the second.
Oh, this year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, they've got that. They got Carl Lawson, who they signed this year, who was on the Bengals before as well, and he's like kind of young. Well, he's not kind of young. He's young and he's talented too. Like offensively, Denzel Mims. Now they got Jameson Crowder. They just picked up Corey Davis, and I think running back. Maybe. Gotcha. Yeah, running back wise, we'll have to see what happens. And then, seeing if Sam Darnold has something. I think that's an exciting team to watch too, and go from there.
All right. So we got the Jets, we got the Patriots, got the Cardinals, and then you got the guy that's sticking with the Green Bay Packers.
The football team.
Washington football team too. I forgot about them. Washington football team. All right. So, pick. Here's some of the teams that we're going to try to bandwagon this year because I guess you heard it here first. Sports probably won't be supporting the Chicago Bears this year. So just go ahead and but comment below what teams you think we should be rooting for and that we should be paying attention to because, man, these Bears, I'm just not excited to do that. Last year, all for it. This year, not at all. 0. But on to better things. I know we're called Sports Beer Sports, but we haven't. I think we ran a little bit over today, so we're not gonna have a full beer examination. But my guy is already over there pouring shit up. My guy, what are you drinking right now? What are you drinking, beer guy? Beer guy, I understand this is your first podcast, so it's okay.
My bad. I'm sorry.
There it is.
I feel like tea now. I'm drinking some DDH Cloud Street from Phase 3 over at Lake Zurich. If you guys ever want to hit up Phase 3 in Lake Zurich, they have food trucks on weekends, so
Ooh.
Really good places out
Phase
there, yeah.
3.
Yeah, phase 3.
All right.
Phase 3.
All right.
All right, so beer guy, you gotta explain this to me. What made you become a beer aficionado and just try to destroy the beer game on Instagram? Because when I open my Instagram, it's just a whole bunch of twerking. But then I see beer, and I'm just like, oh man, there's other things to Instagram besides this. What is making you trying to find people, trying to what is the word? Educate people on the beautifulness of beer.
You know, it's just you know, drink
Hey, beer guy.
is, you know.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna need you to repeat the last like 3.5
Yeah.
seconds of that. Hold on 1 second. All right, you're good. You're good. You're good. And it might
Yeah,
just
so-
because I'm on Wi-Fi now. I don't have
Yes.
my long Ethernet cord yet, so the Wi-Fi will be better next time if this is me. But go for it. Go for it. You're good now.
Yeah, so you know, I always tell people to support local craft beers, craft, breweries around the area. They done out there a lot. It's crazy how much beer there is, Uh,
Hell
Hello?
yeah.
We got the last
so
part.
crazy.
Got
Yeah.
the last. So it's your first pot.
what the hell?
No, the
What the hell
mic was.
It's okay. We'll get it fixed for next pot. But basically, guys, he loves his local people, and he's here for the people, and we love that about Samar. Welcome to the pot. Welcome to the pot. All right. Is there anything before we get off of here, guys? So basically, this spot was just about us turning in our Bears fandomship. I'm pretty sure that's what just happened here.
Here, I
Pretty
can
much.
pretty much sum up this episode because as we were talking, I completely phased out and I was able to secure my first top shot of Jared Allen block. So hit the marketplace and got one. So hey, you know what? That pretty much sums up my interest in the Bears
There we
off season at the moment
Easy.
as well.
That's awesome.
Secure the top shot. Secure.
You
the
got
top
your
shot.
first moment. I'm over here still trying to get signed into that stuff. bro.
Yo,
They're not
so
even, like,
eventually
letting
I
me
do want to
into
have a
the platform.
podcast on that about this third market, this third party market, I guess you can call it. I don't really know what the official term is for sports, particularly football, soccer. And now that we have another Hispanic winning team that actually knows soccer, we might be able to start talking soccer now. So that's another thing that's good about sports for sports.
Another Hispanic. I'm Puerto Rican, bro. We don't do soccer.
And I'm white, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, got you.
I am the one who likes soccer.
Listen, I just took a hit. I'm sorry. So now that we have a Hispanic on it,
A for effort. There it is.
we're good. We're good. We're good.
So like I said,
So I forgot where I was going. Oh, Top Shot. Yeah, it's NBA Top Shot. So yeah, I do want to talk about these Top Shot, the trading cards, because it's something that a couple of us are pretty heavily into, and just like this third party market. But I did get my first Top Shot. It was pretty awesome. It was a LeBron James moment. I did save it, so I'm probably gonna clip it in right here. And we're back. If I did enter it, we'll see. I don't know. But if I did, you saw my excitement. And I got the LeBron James, and I thought I was gonna hold it, and I instantly sold it for $1,200. So, NBA Top Shop is awesome for right now, but it's also got its issues. So, if you're able to get into it, it's awesome. But eventually, I do want to have a pod on it. Hopefully, we can reach out to a couple people that actually are into it, like our influencers and stuff like that. I'll try reaching out and see if they can come on and share some words or whatever. If not, then we'll just do our thing and become experts about it and give our nonsensical opinions on it. So, but anything else? So you got your first top shot of Jared Allen. What made you choose Jared Allen? Was it because it was cheap?
Primarily, yes, that's what I'm looking for. And on top of that, I don't think I wouldn't buy anything other than a block or a dunk. A layup and a shot to me is stupid. So the thing about this was he was hovering around the 3-point line, and they ended up kind of slow playing it in the paint. So Jared Allen, he was hovering the 3-point line, came up through and swatted it pretty disgusting. He was out of the frame, came running into the frame and just blocked it. And I like Jared Allen as an individual. He's pretty decent defensive-minded dude. But the way he followed that play throughout the court from the 3, out of the frame, into the paint, and just disgusting slap. I'll share it with you guys so you can see.
Man. Yo. Hey, Ryan Pace, you watching? Did you see that glimmer in his eye? And how excited he felt right there about his NBA top shot moment? How about getting us some players to make us feel like that about our Chicago Bears team? He felt like a kid in a candy shop right there. Think about that, Ryan Pace. Think about that. Anything else you guys want to leave off with? Well, this has been an amazing episode of Sports Beer Sports. Next time, I promise, we're going to have more on beer. Just run out of time next time. But next time, Beer Guy 2.0, next time you're on, we will have a whole dedicated segment where we're just drinking. Just drinking. This is what we do over here. But yeah, if that's all, then we're out. Good shit, guys.